McCall sewing patterns for 99 cents at Hobby Lobby? Yeah, you better believe. Picked up 20 for 20. Now, I talk about this with glee initially, but in the back of my mind, the ever-present thought and wonder of what exactly is happening with the liquidation of the big four, big five pattern companies is ever present for me. So for the sake of today, I'm going to keep it positive. All right, I'm going to share 20 sewing patterns broken up into different categories, and I'm going to be starting with fall to winter sewing patterns, since those are the seasons that we are about to slide into. And then you'll find chapters for a couple blouses, a vintage nightgown set, and some summer to fall transitional pieces, skirts. So if you're interested in any of those subset categories, don't hesitate to check those chapters out. But before I jump into everything, welcome back to Dine in Creativity. I'm Rachel Ann, and this is my sewing channel fully dedicated to all things sewing, fashion, and the pursuit of creativity. I am so happy that you're here as usual. I'll catch up a little bit at the end of this video too, but for the sake of today, let's hop in because I've got 20 patterns to share with you. These are some oldies but goodies, but they should, some of them, be available on simplicity.com or perhaps at your local Hobby Lobby. The first winter dress I am just so excited to get my hands on and cut out is McCall's 8156. This is rated average. The suggested fabrics are wool blends, tweed, gabardine, and it does call for a lining fabric. So it's going to be fully lined, which I love. I think it just up levels a garment so much. There are a couple notions, 12 buttons or 8 buttons, depending on the view that you decide to sew up. It comes from size 6 to a size 24. And I will go ahead and share with you the view I am most thrilled about is view B. Correction, view C. This is such a classic silhouette, a classic style, and how perfect for fall and winter months, depending on the fabric that you use. I mean, it calls for wool blends. Honestly, though, I would even maybe try this in a cotton poplin for a lighter wear dress in the spring or summer months. But I can't wait. If you've sewn this one up, do tell. I would love to hear how it went. Any comments, thoughts, or suggestions. But for now, this multi-paneled, long sleeve, button-down, V-neck, classic silhouetted dress is going to be at the top of my soon-to-be sewing projects for fall and winter. Then it's not winter if you don't sew up a winter jacket / coat, and I cannot wait to work with McCall's 7848 pattern. This pattern is rated average. It does come from size 8 to a size 24W. There are 4 different views, and all of them look very classic and timeless in my humble opinion. But the view I am most excited and thrilled to potentially sew up is, of course, view A. Look at that fur trimmed hood. It has the little zip up the front. It has that chunky tie at the waist. This is definitely going to be the jacket where I really want to recycle jeans. I don't know about you, but I've collected a lot of different pairs of jeans over the years. I rarely, if ever, wear my skinny jeans anymore. I am all for the comfy, cozy feeling of a wide leg jean at this point. So I have quite a few of those pairs of jeans that I've thought about donating, but truly this is going to be the perfect project to create a patchwork, oversized, think 1970s Penny Lane from Almost Famous, her classic huge fur trimmed coat. I want to do that with view A in particular. So I was so happy to find this because I've been looking for a great coat pattern, and this one I think is going to be fabulous. The suggested fabrics are wool blends, wool flannel, brocade, gorgeous, and tweed. Good classic staple right there. As an aside, despite the patterns being 99 cents, I really didn't go too all over the place and just grabbing them all, and just try to be judicious despite such a great price. I really, if I'm not going to sew it, I didn't want to buy it, even though, you know, I'll head back to Hobby Lobby again at some point, try to find one in my local area that offers sewing patterns. I think I may have to take a little drive, but try to make that happen. All right, the next pattern is your classic wardrobe staple. I have another suit jacket-esque pattern that is 3/4 sleeves that I was just going to extend the sleeves, but why not just go ahead and buy the 99-cent pattern, which this one is 7/8. This one is McCall's 7818. It comes from a size small to an extra, extra large. The suggested fabrics are wool blends, wool crepe, crepe, sateen. That'd be pretty. And then, of course, it is fully lined. And they even give the suggested lining fabric of crepe de chine. How gorgeous. To me, I see this in a wool blend. Classic. I even love the front jacket, that classic kind of camel colored wool blend coat. This is a unisex jacket, and so I think it will probably have that beautiful oversized cozy fit that is perfect for throwing on over a thin sweater, something of that nature, even a fall or winter dress. But here we have it, McCall 7818. Classic and timeless, you know that's the name of my game, but it just never gets old. It never gets old. I just watched a video all about 90s fashion, which is my favorite, and so many of those styles, we see them every year. They persist the test of time. In fact, many of these classic and timeless styles are just traced back decades upon decades ago, maybe even a century ago, with the peasant tops that, in my humble opinion, yet again, persist the test of time. This next one is nonetheless, this is a basic turtleneck sweater dress, or you can do it sans the turtleneck. This is McCall's 7999. I believe, yeah, this one is rated easy. It's a close-fitting pullover dress. The suggested fabrics are two-way stretch knits, 50% cross grain, ribbed knits, jersey, interlock, and my personal favorite, velvet knits. That's what I'm on the hunt for this season, velvet knits. If you have a good source, a good place where you have found beautiful velvet knits, and you're inclined to share, I would love to hear, because I am looking for a specific velvet knit. I do not want the crushed velvet knit. I would much rather prefer a smoother velvet knit, but I've yet to find one that I have fallen in love with. Okay, there are 3 views. Look how simple and straightforward this sewing pattern appears to be. This would be a quick and easy one, whether you wanted a work dress, you were going to a holiday party. I still enjoy the chunky, oversized belted look. I did see that the little chain belts are very much hot for this fall. In my opinion, they're always hot. I found one many years ago from a thrift store, and I cannot wait to wear that with some kind of gorgeous, I just see in my mind like a white or cream chunky either sweater knit or some kind of velvet with a little oversized chunky belt, knee-high boots, flat or heeled, and you're good to go for the fall and winter. Next on the fall and winter pattern list is one I've had my eye on for quite some time. This is McCall's 8434. It is rated average. It comes from a size 4 to a size 20. The suggested fabrics are stretch knits only, 35% stretch, such as cotton knits, interlock, ponte, rib knit. Now knits, I'm going to be honest with you, they can give me a little bit of a run for my money, and to this day when I sew knits, I just feel like I don't have the finesse to work with them yet. So that's where maybe a little thrift store shopping, finding some thrifted knit fabric. This is going to be a great practice dress. I love the added details of the buttons down the front. This is just such a classy, classic lady type dress in my humble opinion. I think it's very cute. There are 3 different views, a belt that you can add. You can make it maxi, you can keep it short, but truly just a really pretty dress, again, for the fall and winter months. Throw on a pair of black tights or striped tights or sweater knit tights. You're good to go for those cooler months. A huge oversized chunky coat on top. I think it'd be stunning. Now this little number is one that looks super easy and I cannot wait to sew. I already have the sweater knit picked out. It is rated easy, and this is McCall's 8144. The suggested fabrics are two-way stretch knits, 50% cross grain, cotton knit, sweater knit, velour, and velvet. I don't know why I'm so interested in velvets this year, but I love the texture of them. This one runs from size extra small to an extra, extra large. There are 4 views. You already know. View B is probably one of my all-time favorites, as well as View A. They're both gorgeous. The main reason I like them both is I love a bell sleeve sweater. There is just nothing better, in my opinion, especially with a beautiful sweater knit. It's very elegant feeling, fun, a funkier take. I also very much enjoy a little bit of a wider bottom on a sweater, mainly for the purposes of wearing over a chunky pair of pants. In the winter, we're wearing thicker garments on the bottom, wool, denim, things of that nature. And I don't really like anything too tight or constricting in the winter. Also, this is such a sweater. I could see myself whipping this up for Thanksgiving or Christmas. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to wear anything tight on those 2 days. So here you have it, McCall's 8144. I know I'm flying through these, but I've got 20 to get through. So trying to make some progress. Now this one, I saw the potential and mainly grabbed it for some versatility that it offers. This is McCall's 7262. Bet you anything it's rated easy. I'm not really seeing the rating on it. It says it's a Kalia Ali. And when was this printed? Let me see here. 2015. It very much reminds me of 2015, if I'm being honest. On the back, they give you a clear depiction of what exactly the pattern, the line drawings look like. I was drawn mainly to View B. To me, this is a classic poncho. It's a poncho jacket / sweater. I would most likely shorten it and make it waist length, maybe a little bit lower than that. And depending on the fabric, I really think this could be modernized to fit the current times and just keep that classic and timeless silhouette that a poncho coat offers. The suggested fabrics are sweater knits, wool jersey, and ponte knits. It is designed for light or medium weight, moderate stretch knit fabrics. It runs from a size 8 to a size 24W. This is just one I wanted to have in my collection. You never know when you're going to need a poncho jacket, an oversized chunky sweater, and I could just see this one being pretty easy to modify. I'll be honest, View C, the more I look at it, the more I'm intrigued, the more I like it. It's just one of those easy garments to throw on and kind of instantly feel cohesive in a way. So we'll see. If you worked with this one, let me know what you thought. And if you are a fan of the oversized sweater or kind of poncho style jackets. I'm not usually, but for some reason I'm kind of drawn to that. With the right fabric, I think it could be gorgeous. Alas, let us move into the 2 skirt patterns I picked up. Okay, I was just checking to make sure I didn't get any more. This McCall's 7022 is rated easy, and it certainly appears to be very easy. I'm forever just always looking for classic silhouette little A-line mini skirts or knee-length skirt patterns just to have in my collection. And this one offers, let's see, this one offers 5 different views. I'm going to show you the line drawings on the back. I particularly love View B, View F, View E. Honestly, I like them all. Who am I kidding? They're so cute, and with the right fabric, this could really shine. Whether you decide to do a winterized take on it, you do more of a summer gauzy fabric type take where you fully lined it, gorgeous. The suggested fabrics are wool blends, cotton blends, sateen, corduroy. I love corduroy. And then for View D, which has the little lace, they just suggest getting single-edged scalloped lace. I could even see that being beautiful. Even a lightweight skirt for the summer. Doesn't look like a whole lot of pieces, and this one runs from a size 6 to a size 22. Just for fun, let me see when this little baby was printed. 2014. You gotta love it. I love an old school pattern. I don't know why, it just makes me so happy. This one, instant fell in love. I have been all about the interesting skirts lately. Pleats to the waistline, dropped waist, I'm all for it. This is McCall's 7906. It's rated easy. It seems to be a multi-paneled button down the front skirt. I think you could easily modify that though and omit those buttons. Even make it a skirt that attaches to a bodice to create your own dress. That was mainly the reason why I picked it up. Also, let me show you the line drawings. It is pleated at the waist. So just think, full skirt, pleats at the waist. So beautiful. Different, a little bit unique. I would probably use cotton poplin for this one, and the suggested fabrics are sateen, chino, cotton blends, and twill. It describes this one as a very full pleated skirt, worn 2 inches above the waist, so a little bit high-waisted, and have button front and back facings, deep hem, and length and carrier variations. Gorgeous. The sizes run from a size 6 to a size 22. I am very excited about this one. This one was printed in 2019. So cute. McCall's 7906. All right, we are moving right along to the 2 blouse patterns I picked up. I'm telling you, I was fairly judicious throughout this shopping process. If you have watched some of my previous videos, you've heard me talk about creating a voluminous sleeved blouse. And when my eyes landed on this beautiful pattern, I didn't think twice. This is McCall's 7838. I was so drawn to view C. I'm wild about it. This could be easily dressed up, dressed down, depending on the fabric, and I have been forever looking for a voluminous sleeved button-up blouse. I couldn't believe it. This immediately fit kind of the vision I had in my mind. There are 4 different views, but of course, I only have eyes for view C when it comes to this one. It looks like there are some darts right at the bust. Classic button down, add your collar. This one is rated easy. The suggested fabrics are poplin, crepe, cotton blends, and taffeta. Although, if I'm being honest, I would try a lightweight button-down version where, you could just interface, obviously, the button closure pieces to make sure it didn't fray or anything like that. We'll see. This is one where I cannot wait to play around. I have a whole lot of fabric to play around with. This one runs from a size 6 to a size 22. Again, McCall's 7838. Let's let this journey keep going. The next one is McCall's 8040. Your basic button down little fall or winter top. Let me show you the line drawings because sometimes that better depicts it in my opinion. That's kind of what I always gravitate towards when I am evaluating whether or not I want to purchase a pattern. And View C offers the short sleeved option. Totally missed that. But yeah, this is your classic piece. I love the silhouette that this one offers. I love the multi-paneled bodice pieces that patterns offer. They seem to kind of fit me a little bit better instead of being the one boxy piece. Sometimes I need a teeny bit of definition, not skin tight, but a little something. So again, this is McCall's 8040. The suggested fabrics are poplin, shirting fabrics, cotton blends, lightweight denim, extra fabric needed to match plaids, stripes, or one-way design fabrics. This one comes and runs from a size 6 to a size 22. Classic little top. I mean, really, so many different styles. You know how it is when you use the fabric that you love, you put your own spin on it. It can really significantly change the way a sewing pattern looks. When was this printed? Let me see. I'm just so interested. Probably more recent. Yeah, 2020. Okay. Yeah, cute. I can't wait to work with it though. McCall's 8040. This next one almost gave me a happy conniption. It is McCall's 840505, I should say. It's rated average, and I am crazy for a multi-panel dress. Although it does increase the amount of work, The effect is so lovely and so beautiful. My eye was drawn to view C. Take a look at the gorgeousness that is, that beautiful full skirt. In my opinion, this could easily be a fall winter dress depending on the fabric, or of course a summer dress. I love the bust line of it, how it's almost a sweetheart bust, that then you have the attached straps. Very cute. Even view B, how cute. I feel like when I did my little shopping jaunt at the premium outlets and shared that with you a few weeks ago, I even saw variations of this dress. Again, rated average, it runs from a size 8 to a size 26. And the suggested fabrics are cotton blends, linen, gingham, and poplin. It is fully lined. Woo! This one would be a project, but one of those ones that once you got done with it, it would persist the test of time, at least again, in my opinion, and could be a beautiful dress to just keep in the closet and pull out year after year. I could probably sit there and talk about this pattern all day long, but I am so excited to work with it. These next two seem similar, but there are some significant differences, so I picked them both up for 99 cents each. This one is McCall 6696, printed in 2013, and boy, do we still see this all the time. Your classic button-down shirt dress. I mean, how cute is this? And believe it or not, if you watched the premium outlet kind of fall fashion extravaganza video that I created a few weeks ago, this one reminds me so much of the shirt dress with long sleeves I found at Banana Republic. Just a classic, effortless style that is can be made so seasonally appropriate across a multitude of seasons. I could even see view B, which is basically why I picked it up, being sewn in this gorgeous deep burgundy poplin that I've had for a couple years now at this point. But let me go ahead and get into the details of this one. I do not see a rating right off the bat. If I had to guess, I'd say average. This one comes from a size 8 to a size 24, so we have some sizing variations. The suggested fabrics are lace eyelet, organza, novelty. The suggested fabrics are lace eyelet, organza, novelty shears. Those words combined together just gave me a tongue twister. I had to redo that about 3 times before I could get it. Okay, let me try. Lace, eyelet, organza, and novelty shears. Got it down. And for view B and C, cotton blends, broadcloth, chambray, poplin. And for view E, charmeuse and crepe de chine. View E, if you can see that, is the little underdress, the slip that goes underneath the lace version of view D, if you so choose to make the lace version. Love it. Very excited to just have this one in my collection because it is so timeless. It's so classic. Let me show you the line drawings one more time so you can get a look. View B will definitely be the first version I sew up, except I will make it long sleeved. Okay, we've got our second button-down dress and shirt variation. This is an old school McCall 6124. This was printed in 2010. Love it, can't get enough of it. Comes from a size 8 to a 24W. Suggested fabrics, lightweight fabrics such as cotton, cotton blends, challis, crepe, silk rayon, linen blend, chambray. Additional fabric may be needed to match stripes, plaids, or one-way design fabric. This one has 5 different views. As you can see, it is different in that the waist seam is different. These are one continuous pieces of fabric, which always, in my opinion, create a completely different look when you are sewing them up. And so rather than only pick up this little beauty that has the waist seam and all these multiple pieces, I'm very excited to work with the simplistic design that is offered by this McCall 6124. So easily able to be modified. You already know I'm going to go for view E, but then even making a shortened version of one of these other views would be so cute. I love the classic long sleeve version that is offered by View D. So View D and View E are my top two faves. Gorgeous. I'll have that in my sewing collection repertoire of patterns forever. This next one, I'm not obsessed with it like I am the others, but I think it will come in handy at some point just with the pin tucking. This one's rated average. This is McCall's 8320. If you have sewn this up, did you like it? The reason I say I'm personally not too wild about it is typically with the loose and flowy dresses, they're not always the most flattering on me. Again, this is just my interpretation, but in consideration of clothing I like to wear. However, again, I love the pin tuck. So I think if anything, I could make this into a more fitted shirt. So also just sharing that to give you ideas or inspiration. If you find these 99-cent patterns, no harm, no foul picking them up, especially if you can see the ways you can modify them to make them work for what you like to wear. All right, I may have shared this one's rated average. It comes from a size extra small to an XXL, so lots of size variation. Suggested fabrics are gingham, cotton blends, poplin, and sateen. 3 different views. That's all I really have to say about this one. Okay, we're rounding out our home stretch. This next one was just a little darling dress, if you will. This is McCall 7952. Very cute. It's rated easy. There are 4 different views, several different links, buttons at the back. It comes from a size 4 to a size 20. Mainly I bought it because I like the front portion. The back portion, I'm going to probably modify that a little bit for my liking. I'll go ahead and show you the line drawings. Make it more of a closed back, which I think would be pretty easy to do. But let's be honest. I mean, I just bought it for the classic silhouette, almost that sweetheart-esque neckline. I just find it to be super cute. The suggested fabrics are linen, cotton blends, crepe, and denim. So you could really kind of make this your own, do different styles of bands, even do a different fabric to kind of create a multi-textured look. I just think it'll be good to have it as an option when the summertime comes. I tend to gravitate towards similar patterns, but then some of these are different in style. This one, similar to one I previously showed you. This is McCall's 8177. So adorable, wild about it, so crazy about it. Love, love, love View A. Love that line drawing, the full skirt, how it's a shorter version. Also really into View B. What I did love was the classic silhouette, the spaghetti strap style, the flare of the skirt, the multi-panels, so much to love. The suggested fabrics are poplin, cotton blends, linen. Oh, that'd be so pretty. And sateen. It runs from a size 6 to a size 24. And again, they say it's rated easy, but it does offer the option to have a belt or make it not belted. Let me show you the line drawings one more time. Get a good gander in. This is McCall's 8177. 2 more to go, and we're going to round out with 2 vintage patterns. This is a vintage 1930s. It just was such a sweet dress. I had to get it. I actually have a dress hanging in my closet that was ready to wear, purchased exactly this style. This one's rated easy, and I just think that it's one of those cute dresses that could be winterized or great for spring or summer. It runs from a size 6 to a size 22. The suggested fabrics are crepes, linen, lightweight woolens, and pique. PK or peak, one of them. At this point, I forget. Y'all told me it was one of them, but okay. Peak or PK, whichever way you want to say it. Let me show you these line drawings just so you can really get a good look. It's just so cute. I can see myself maybe modifying this one just a tad, but honestly, it is such a classic, timeless silhouette with the right fabric. It would look straight out of 2025, truly, but it's from the 1930s. So persist the test of time. Then I had to get a vintage 80s Laura Ashley robe and nightgown set. If I'm being honest, the nightgown, first of all, this is McCall's 8381. The nightgown itself, honestly, I could even see sewing a summer dress out of a lightweight cotton fabric of some sort. I think it would be so cute. But either way, I mean, who doesn't need yet another sleepwear sewing pattern? I have a couple. This one's rated average. It runs from a size extra small to a large. The extra small is a size 4 to 6. The large is actually a 16 to 18. Suggested fabrics are cotton, cotton blends, cotton flannel, crepe de chine, eyelet, lightweight linen, seersucker, and voile. Very cute. Very cute. It's surprising that this is a Mrs. Robe tie belt and nightgown. I mean, obviously the robe is a robe, but for the others to suggest using linen, that's interesting. I feel like I scored many great patterns to just continue to build the pattern collection. Have you worked with any of these? Will you plan to? Did you take note of any that stood out to you just as they really stood out to me? And last but not least, what are your thoughts on the liquidation of these McCall's patterns from Hobby Lobby? It's a little unnerving to me in many ways. You know, I am finally actually hitting the point where I'm getting low on thread. I need to order supplies. I'm kind of waiting until I can order, a decent amount of items. I'm going to shop from Wawak for the first time. I know many of my lovely peeps have recommended and touted Wawak's praises. So I'm going to go with them to order thread and things of that nature. But it really hit me that the availability of in-store shopping options is dwindling. So I'm curbing any of the panic or anxiety and just moving forward with purchasing patterns. But then also, I've been kind of really playing around with a lot of deep pattern modifications and even just designing and drafting my own patterns for certain pieces, because I always want to have that know-how and not have to fully rely on the sewing patterns, although it is really nice to have sewing patterns. We all know that. But would love to hear your thoughts on what you got going on, how your sewing projects are going. In the next few videos, I just have some fun things to share with you. Finally going to get around to recording some pre-fall sewing garments. That really strange in-between season where it's chilly in the mornings, gets really hot in the middle of the day, and then it cools off as you're getting off work or heading out. The three different seasons in one day type feeling, pre-fall in my opinion. And I just can't wait to share that with you. I'll give you some good pattern reviews too. I also have a couple fun projects that I'm going to be integrating into my usual videos to share with you. So stay tuned for that. But overall, I am just so excited about this upcoming fall season. Hope you're doing great. As always, I really hope no matter what's going on, you're able to take really good care of you in your life. Take some time out for creativity. Happy creating and sewing, and be well.